coronation ceremony for the new king is expected to take place sometime next year. Up to £3.5 billion worth of jewels could feature in King Charles' coronation, including the £2.5 billion diamond-studded imperial state crown. The imperial crown was last seen at the funeral of Queen Elizabeth adorning her coffin alongside the sceptre and orb. The crown, sceptre and orb are important objects for the coronation, having been seen at the Queen's televised ceremony in 1953. A number of royal jewels have had their value estimated by UK jewellery retailer Stephen Stone. The St Edward's crown, the most symbolic crown used to physically crown the monarch, was designed for King Charles II in 1661. It has been used at all coronations since and is thought to be worth £3.6 million. The imperial state crown itself was first commissioned in 1937 for King George VI and is worn by the monarch as they leave Westminster Abbey after the ceremony. There are two sceptres used, the sovereign's sceptre with cross and the sovereign's sceptre with dove. The cross sceptre represents the monarch's temporal power and features the famous Cullinan diamond, with an estimated worth of £700 million. Symbolizing the monarch's spiritual role, the dove sceptre is worth around £250,000. The sovereign's orb, worth £175,000, is put in the right hand of the new monarch while they are being invested with the symbols of sovereignty and is then placed on the altar before the crowning. It is decorated with 9 emeralds, 18 rubies, 9 sapphires, 365 diamonds, 375 pearls, 1 amethyst, and 1 glass stone. Leading expert, Maxwell Stone said, "The crown jewels contain some of the most precious and famous jewels in the world, including the coronation regalia. Comprised of the sacred objects used during the coronation ceremony, we can expect to see the coronation regalia in the near future, during King Charles III's coronation ceremony. Each piece is extraordinary, from the sovereign's sceptre with cross, which contains the £400 million Cullinan diamond, to the sovereign's ring, which features an octagonal sapphire, overlaid with 4 rectangular cut and 1 square cut ruby that form a cross. Laced with history, it's incredibly difficult to value the coronation regalia. I'd estimate it to be worth a staggering £3.5 billion. Charles' coronation will be altered to reflect modern-day Britain, but will remain an Anglican service with the vows not expected to change. However, the source told the outlet that Charles wants his coronation to be far cheaper than his mother's ceremony, which cost £1.57 million, the equivalent of £46 million today. The Prince of Wales is said to recognise that the costs of the coronation will be met by the taxpayer, and he wants it to be of good value. The ceremony will be shorter, sooner, smaller, less expensive, and more representative of different community groups and faiths, a source told the Mail on Sunday, and, though Charles is set to keep with tradition and have the ceremony be an Anglican service, there will be a place for other religions and Christian denominations, as well. It will be a slimmed-down monarchy on display throughout, a source told the outlet. It will be scaled back overall, not just in money spent but also in the length of the ceremony. The Queen's was over 3 hours, and in the number of attendees. The Queen had 8,251 in attendance. The Mail on Sunday reports Charles will have a maximum of 2,000. It took 16 months from Queen Elizabeth's accession day on February 6, 1952, to her coronation on June 2, 1953, but Charles wishes to have his coronation ceremony within a year of his accession, sources say. Maybe Harry and Meghan not invited to Charles' coronation because they are no longer working members of the royal family. They are no longer working.